For a long time, I thought I knew what self-care was, and I was completely wrong. In my head, self-care and self-help were the same thing. Working on myself, increasing my knowledge, reading the right books, listening to the right people, doing the right practices, becoming a better, more evolved, more disciplined version of myself. And when I couldn't do that consistently, when the focus wasn't there, when the routine fell apart after a week, when I'd start something and quietly abandon it without even noticing, I'd arrive at the same conclusion every time. I'm not doing the work. I'm failing at the one thing that's supposed to change everything. And here's the cruel part. The more I consumed, the books, the podcasts, the YouTube videos, the gurus, the more I had to measure myself against. More evidence that I wasn't doing enough. More proof that I was behind. More ways to feel like I was failing at my own life. I didn't realize I wasn't improving myself. I was exhausting myself. And I genuinely didn't see it at the time. That the thing I was calling self-care was actually making me feel worse about myself, not better. The wellness industry has a very specific idea of what self-care looks like. And if you spend any time online, you've seen it. The morning routine, up at 5, meditation, journaling, exercise, green smoothie, cold shower, gratitude practice, all before the rest of the world has opened its eyes. And then there's the other version. Candles, bubble baths, face masks, a glass of wine and a Netflix series as self-care. And neither of those versions is wrong, necessarily. If that's what you actually need, if lighting a candle genuinely brings you back to yourself, then light the candle. But here's what I've noticed. Most of us are performing self-care rather than actually doing it. Because most wellness advice teaches performance, not presence. Going through the motions of what it's supposed to look like without ever asking, what do I actually need right now? And that question requires honesty. Real self-care starts with checking in with yourself the way you check your phone. Not out of habit, with intention. Am I tired? Am I overwhelmed? Am I running on empty and pretending I'm fine? Am I hungry for solitude or connection? Am I carrying something that isn't mine to carry? Most of us have never been taught to ask those questions. We were taught to push through, to be strong, to keep going, to save that kind of attention for everyone else. I've been thinking about what self-care actually is, not the industry version, the real version. And the closest I've come to it is this. Self-care is tending to your inner ecosystem, like a garden that needs attention. Not grand gestures, just consistent, quiet tending. Watering the parts that are thirsty, pruning what's overgrown, giving light to the places that haven't seen any in years. Some days that looks like going for a walk you promised yourself you'd go on even though you weren't feeling it. Some days it looks like making yourself something good to eat and sitting down to actually enjoy it. Some days it looks like replying to that message tomorrow instead of tonight. Some days it looks like recognizing that something dark has a hold of you and giving yourself permission to rest instead of fighting it. Some days it looks like writing a note to yourself at work. Self-care is self-love. You take care of yourself because you love yourself. And some days, if I'm honest, it looks like just getting through the day, functioning, keeping the plates spinning, and calling that enough. Because sometimes it is enough. Sometimes survival is the most loving thing you can do for yourself. Here's the thing nobody told me about self-care. It's not a practice you add to your life. It's a relationship, the one you have with yourself. And like any relationship, it requires attention, honesty, showing up even when you don't feel like it, being kind when the other person, when you, is struggling. I spent years giving that quality of attention to everyone else, the advice, the support, the stability, the emotional availability. And I gave almost none of it to myself. Not because I didn't need it, because somewhere along the way, I'd absorbed the idea that my needs were less important than everyone else's, that tending to myself was somehow selfish. That the responsible thing, the strong thing, was to keep pushing, keep providing, keep being the one who holds it together. But here's what I've started to understand. You cannot pour from an empty vessel. That's not a motivational quote. That's physics. And the version of yourself that was more confident, more outgoing, more full of positive expectations for the future, that version didn't disappear because something was wrong with them. They disappeared because nobody was tending to them, not even you. And self-care, real self-care, is just the practice of going back to tend to them, not becoming someone new, just giving the person you already are what they've always needed. Someone to finally choose them. If anything in this landed for you, you're not alone. What did you think self-care was before you understood what it actually meant? Drop it in the comments. I have a feeling I'm not the only one who got this wrong for a long time. Next episode, we're going to talk about the person you used to be. Before all the weight, before all the responsibility, before you learned to make yourself small. Because that person isn't gone. They've just been waiting for someone to tend to them. This is AfroSage.